All right.
So today I'm going to try to teach my dad how to play Balatro. So Dad, this is Balatro. I'm sure you've figured out a little bit already, but now that that's what this is. Um, I created a new profile here, so down here because I want to show you what would this look like to you, basically, who's never played the game before. Because as you play, you unlock new cards, new jokers, and things like that. And my first profile looks a lot different. So you can see I'm 44% done, but here I made a new one. So it's just like you. That's the important part of this, okay? So of course we're gonna hit play, and we're gonna just start on this base difficulty. White, we can't change the difficulty anyway, and we can't. Um, we can try different things, but they're all locked. So the only thing we do is a red deck. It gives one discard every round, one extra discard. Okay. We're not gonna do seeded runs. Seeded runs. All of the runs are kind of random based on a string of numbers or letters, and we can click this and type in some letters or numbers, and it would allow us to play like someone else's game basically if you memorize what that seed is. So some challenges over here. We're not going to do that. So the only thing you do is new run and play. So we're going to do that. Okay. So when we look at this here, we have basically two rounds. So here we have a round here, and we have a round here, and then we have this is the boss round. Okay. So these are called blinds. Each round is called a blind. So there's a small blind, there's a big blind, and then the last round is the boss, and it has a different name. This one's the window. So the window says all diamond cards are debuffed, which means we don't get any points from that. Okay. So over here on the left side, we have our chips. This is the blue, and this is red is the multiplier, so it's multiplied. So I think you got that much. And then over here is going to have your score, and then we're going to have to beat some score here. We have four hands to do this for each round. We have four discards to do this in each round. There's our money. This is the ante. This is kind of like the level. So there's 8 levels. You beat the 8th level, you win. And this is the round, and you can see here options and run info. Okay. So run info has a lot of information that is going to be useful. It's going to show you what the base hand gives you as far as points, and then it's going to tell you how many points you're going to get. So, for example, if I play like this hand, an ace is worth. It's going to add the points of the ace, and then it's going to add that to the chip side, and it's going to multiply it by one. Okay. Pair's going to do the same thing. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. You can kind of look at this and say you can kind of get an idea of how much the particular hand is going to be worth. Okay, this is the base. So if I play a two, for example, as a high card, it'll do 5 plus 2 because it gives me the total of the number on the hand, a number on the card, and then times one. So 7 times 1 is it would give me 7 points if I just played a single two. Okay. Okay, so it goes up. So better poker hands mean more points basically. Um, this over here on the far right shows you how many times you have played that particular hand in this run, which is useful in some of the bosses. Some of the bosses will say you can't play a full house, or you can only play one hand type this round. Like for example, so you have to be kind of careful. But over here, these are kind of useful in later. So don't worry too much about that. The main thing here is the points. Okay, the points are what you want to look at. So we can go back. Okay, so that's the basics. So we have a choice here. Adds one voucher to the next shop. We don't know what that does yet because you haven't really seen that yet probably. And then we can choose select. If I skip the blind, it's going to give me whatever this thing down here is. Okay, this might be money. It might be a free pack of jokers. It can be a lot of different stuff. We're not going to do that. So skipping the blind just goes on to the next one. You have more points, but you get whatever this thing down here is. Okay. So for now, as a general rule, you don't want to be skipping blinds. Skipping blinds means that you lose out on, money. You lose out on jokers. You lose out on cards, things like that. Okay, so we're just going to select. All right. Okay, so basically, this is the main kind of game board. Here you can look at your deck to see which cards have been pulled out of your hand. So your hand size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Okay, this is going to be for that that deck that we have, that red deck. Okay, so you can see here, these are all the cards that are remaining. Or we can show the full deck, or we can show that are remaining. So these here. So let's see, we should have a Jack of Spades. Yep, Jack of Spades is there, and then they're all on our table. Okay, up here is where we put our jokers. He's going to do something, and then over here is going to put, these are going to have other cards. Don't worry about this yet. Don't really worry about your jokers too much yet. Let's just try to get through this first blind here. So here, our score that we need to beat is 300. So if we take a look at our run info, high card's not going to do it. We have 4 hands to do this. If I play 4 high cards, I'm going to lose. Pairs probably not going to do it either. I need 300 points. I mean, that's giving me 20 points right there. I've got 4 hands. You can maybe get away with that if you're close. 2 pair, a little bit better. 3 of a kind, a little bit better. Straight, flush, full house. These are probably going to start looking like where we can beat the blind in one hand, which is what we always want to do. We always want to try to beat the blind in one hand. So if you take a look here, straight is 30 times 4. What is that? 30 times 4 is 120, right? That's pretty close. I mean, if we add if we add a little more chips with some of the higher level cards, we can maybe add a little bit, maybe like we can add maybe 30 more points. If we have some high cards like this Jack 10, 9, 8, 7, that's 30 more points. That gives us closer to what we need, okay? And then of course flush, full house, 4 of a kind would be great because that would be basically, it would beat this blind even without, depending on what the cards were, okay? So that's what we're looking for. First small blind, we're always going for basically a straight, flush, full house, anything up here. Don't play this unless you fail. Okay, so if I look at my hand here, remember we need, if we're going for a straight, we need something in the higher levels, okay, the higher numbers. So we can probably get rid of all of this down here, discard, see what we get. All right, so look, we have 10, Jack, Jack, King, Ace, okay? So I don't need a second Jack. All I need is one Jack to make my straight. And I don't need a second 10. I don't need this 8 and the 6. But we have 4 out of the 5 cards that we need, okay? And if I look at my deck, I can see that I have 4 queens remaining. So there's not a perfect chance that I get. I mean, there's a lot of non-queen cards, but there's 4 queens remaining, so that's a little bit better than average. And we have 3 discards, so we can take a look at what we're looking at. When we have 39 cards remaining in our deck, okay? So we can discard that and see if we get a queen. We don't. So we're going to discard again. See if we get a queen. Oh, we have 1 discard left, and we're not in good condition here because we take a look at our deck. All our queens are there, but we still have a lot of non-queens, so we might not get this. Okay, that's okay. We're going to play off. We're gonna discard these again. Try to go for that queen. Again, didn't get the queen. Now we're kind of in trouble here. So we have plenty of hands left, so we'll be able to see all these cards. But we really wanted to beat this in the first one, so we can't do that. But nothing is lost. So we're just going to play the high card ace. Okay, this is going to basically function as a discard. So we'll be able to play this ace. This ace will score. It'll give us little points, and it shows us over here 5 times 1, and it's going to give us 11 chips. So it's going to be 16 times 1. So it's going to be 16 points, and these are not going to get scored. Okay. Okay, so we got 16 points, just what we thought. Okay, again, no queen, so we're going to kind of do the same thing, but here we have a pair. So it's a little bit better, so we're going to get 3 plus 3 plus 10 is 16 times 2. We need 32 points, which again is not good. Okay, so we have 48 points, and we still did not get the queen, which is a nightmare. But the good news is we have something else. We have a full house, and this full house is going to give us 40 times 4 base, and then plus 11 here, so that's 51. 62, 72, 82, 92. 92 times 4 is going to be well above 300, including the points that we have here. So I'm going to play the hand, and it's going to add up and flip over. Oh, by the way, your animations are probably going to be a lot slower than mine. You can change that here with settings, and then game speed. You can actually change the game speed to how fast it adds up things. So I go on 4 because it's too slow for me. Okay, so we're going to cash out. We've got $8 now, and now we have our first shop. After every round, there's a shop, as you know, and then we have all of these different things here. So in the shop, it'll have some different prices above these things and different things and what they do. Okay, so this one, these are all going to be random. They're completely random, and you will slowly get more of them as you play the game. You'll have 2 cards here that you'll know exactly what they do. So this one will create 2 planet cards. Okay, so let's talk about planet cards for just a minute. Planet cards will upgrade your the amount of points you get for that particular hand. So if you get a planet card for the eye card, for example, it will go to level 2 and it'll give you a little bit more points. But don't worry about that for now. So these are the kind of this card is called a tarot card. Okay? And this particular tarot card does this thing. This is a joker. It says every play card counts in scoring. So if you play that ace like you're doing the high card, it'll count all the other cards that are not on the high card as well. Down here you'll have packs. Celestial packs give you those planet cards that upgrade your points here, and then buffoon packs give you a choice of 2 jokers. This is a voucher. These give you some benefits, usually to the store or to your run or something like that. So this stuff is all pretty much stuff that you know. Generally speaking, you're looking for something that gives you either chips, the blue side, or gives you a multiplier to get your score above 300. So you don't have to worry about so much about what you're playing, just that you make more points. So this one's not that good, I don't think. It's good in certain cases. Pretty much every Joker is good in certain cases. This is why this game is so fun, is because it's kind of random. And here we're going to open up this one just because. So here I have 2 that I can choose. So this one is 100 chips if played and contains a straight. So it'll put 100 over here if we have a straight played. And then this one is going to add double the rank of the lowest ranked card held in hand to mult. Okay, so let's do this one because this one's kind of interesting. We'll just click next round. And we're going to do the same thing. So let's see. It says this adds double the rank of the lowest rank card held in hand to mult. So if I play all these 5 cards, what it is going to do is going to look at this 10 and it's going to give double this 10 as mult. Okay, so whatever I have here, this pair, 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 10 is going to be 18 times 2, and then it's going to add 20. So it's going to be 18 times 22, which I know is much, much more than 450. Okay, so play the hand. Well, not much more than 450, but close. My math is not that good anyway. But here we have a straight. I'm going to play this. It doesn't really matter anyway. And we beat it. Okay, easy. Okay, now sometimes it'll make this little sound and it'll give you something else. This is called a holographic card. It's kind of a special version of this card. As you can see here, it says go up to negative $20 in debt, which is the card, and then holographic means it gives it plus 10 mult. Okay, so this is okay. We'll buy this one, and then that'll give us more mult over here every time. And all this stuff, we'll skip. Any amount of money that you have over $5 will give you $1 interest. So, and then it's limited, I think, to $20 unless you get some special cards. So, kind of having 0 money here is not a big problem. Having negative money is bad. You want also to think of a card that gives you mult, that gives you chips, or makes you money in some way. Okay, so that's kind of the basic thing there. I could re-roll this if I want to, but I'm not going to. We're just going to go to the next round. Okay, so it says all diamond cards are debuffed. This is the window. This is what this particular boss does. So it looks like we almost got we got 3 of a kind right here. Let's just get rid of those. And I don't know, get rid of those. We'll just try to go for a king. Okay, good. So we have right now this is a full house, and our lowest card is going to be a 5. So it's going to give us a 10 multiplier plus a 10 multiplier from here. Now, as the game calculates the score, it's gonna add up all the chips. It's gonna do from left to right, and then it's going to do your whatever the jokers are from left to right. So, for example, if I have a joker that maybe adds chips, I want it over here or something like this. But we're just gonna play this one, and we should beat it first round. Anytime that you see the fire, it means you beat the number in one hand, basically. All right, cash out. And then we have this that gives us 1 hand size. And so instead of 8 cards, we have 9 cards. And then we can stone cards, and it kind of explains what to do. But basically what you're going to be doing is using these cards up here to make your number here go up, which makes your score go up so you can win and make more money. Okay? So don't neglect money. Money is very important because it's going to allow us to see more jokers and to get better cards. Okay, so I don't really see anything here that's interesting. I'm going to do this jumbo pack of Celestials pack to show you what they do. So here it has what they level up. So I like leveling up things like that I'm going to be using quite often. Like 2 pair is pretty useful, so I'll choose that one. And you can see if I go over here, run info, 2 pair is now 40 times 3. Before it was, I think, 20 times 2. So it's improving. It's actually better than 3 of a kind now, whereas before it was not. Okay, so let's do that again. So let's take a look here. So here we have full houses, 40 times 4, right? So here it's going to show you what it gives you if you take that. So 40 times 4 is now 65 times 6. So they get better using those planet cards. Those planet cards are very good. All right, so here it says after defeating boss blind, I gain $25. That's pretty good because I know that with these 2 jokers up here, I can do pretty close to beat 1600 points. So I might not need to do this at all. I can just skip that blind. It puts it down over here, shows me what I get after I beat the boss blind. And then here's a Mega Arcana pack. These are going to give you tarot cards. So why don't we do this too? Because I know with these 2 cards, I can beat this number. Okay, so we're going to skip this. So a Mega Arcana pack gives you these tarot cards, and then I get to choose 2 of them because it's a Mega pack. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to draw out my normal hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. And then it's going to give me 5 random cards here that allow me to do something that's on the card to these cards or to my money or something else. So here I can change them to diamonds. Here I can select 2 cards and convert the left card into the right card. This one changes them to lucky cards. This one gives me a total of all current jokers. So each joker you can sell it if you want to. So if like I don't like this joker very much, I can sell it if I get a better one. Because you can only have 5 jokers here. Okay. So this is useless because it's not going to give me very much money. Stone cards, they change one of these to a stone and don't really do much. So basically, just experiment with this and play around with it. I'm probably going to do this. I'm going to choose those 2 cards, and I'm going to use this one, this magician. So it's going to change those into lucky cards. So if it has a 1 in 5 chance for a plus 20 mult and a 1 in 15 chance to win $20, so those are pretty good now. Now, let's say that I like those cards. I want to do this. I'm going to choose this card here, the lucky card. I'm going to choose this too. I'm going to drag it over here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to convert the left card into the right card. So this is called deck manipulation. This means that I can change the deck down here from a normal poker deck to basically anything I want as long as I have the means to do so. So now instead of having just 1 ace of diamonds, I have 2 of them and they're both lucky. And I'm missing a 2 down here. So I'm probably not going to be able to get a low straight or a low straight flush anymore because I don't have a 2 diamonds on here. But that's okay. Aces are better anyway for this run. All right, base chips and mult are halved. So whatever, this is the flint. So basically, it's going to have both this number and this number. So a straight flush will be 50 times 4 instead of 100 times 8. But that's no problem. Discard here. And why don't we do this? We have 2 aces, 2 jacks, and a 4, which is not very big. 40 times 3 is not anywhere close to 1600. But again, we have this joker that's going to give us the double 10. And then we have 10 mult from this. So we're going to be probably pretty close. Let's just take a look. Yep, no problem. 3,000 points with just a 2 pair. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that you'll encounter that you don't know what it does or you don't understand what it is. Just play the game. The more that you see, the more that you do, you kind of find cards that you like and that you'll keep. So again, tarot cards down here, planet cards from that one. This gives us times 3 mult if all cards in the hand are spades or clubs. So if I play, if I'm playing all diamonds and I'm leaving clubs in my hand, it's going to give us times 3 of what this number is. So that might be really good. This one is going to give us a +5 hand size. So instead of 8 cards to look at, we're going to have 12 cards to look at, and then it's going to reduce it by every round until it goes down to 0, and then it will disappear. Just to let you know. So I have plenty of money now because I got $25 from beating the boss last time. So we're going to open this one up. And here, again, we don't have very much here. Turn into a steel card. We can change it into mult cards. So let's do this. We'll just keep going like this. So here we multiply that one. And then we can even re-roll once. So just read what it does and then think about what is going on in your hand. And that's the easiest way to learn. So we're not going to do anything here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We already have a straight. It's going to give us double that. So this should be more than enough without even re-rolling or doing anything. Easy. 2,000, 2,100. and you'll kind of get a feel of how that goes. This card right here is pretty good. So this one, and remember that we have this card that gives double the lowest rank. Well, it might be a good idea to destroy two of the low cards so we don't pull those up as often, right? If I don't have these cards in my deck at all, the lowest hand would be a 7, which makes this card stronger, right? So it also doubles my money, which is very good, but I can only choose one of these. This one is probably good because money is always kind of the good thing because you can reroll stuff is a big one. So let's talk about rerolling. So rerolling is going to kind of redo whatever is in here. And sometimes you get planet cards, sometimes you get a new Joker. So let's just reroll a couple times, maybe down to about $20. This one is not bad, 1 in 4 chance of upgrading the poker hand. So that's something that you could think about. So when you're playing, the main thing is just reading. And then as you kind of learn what you're doing, this will give you cards, these standard pack, 1 of 5 playing cards. So it's going to add a pack, one of cards that I choose over to here. So this one, this is a lucky card. We know about this one. And then this one here, these are normal cards. Those are kind of junk. But this one has a red seal on it. What happens is when we play this card, it's going to play this card and re-trigger it. So whatever this card has, it's going to get re-triggered one more time. Okay, so this is kind of good. And especially because we have a lot of aces, this may be really good. So let's take this. All right, we're kind of going for an ace build here. And we're going to kind of build our deck. We'll do this one, we'll buy that one. It'll go up here. We're not going to use it. When they come out of packs, you have to use them immediately. When you buy them here, they go up into your kind of consumables area. So you can kind of save them if you want to. So let's do it one more time. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we can do 2. Let's do this. Why don't we try to pull some of those aces out? Okay, we've got another ace there. Let's get rid of these. We're going to go for aces and jacks. Okay, we got plenty of discards. We can keep playing with this a little bit. Why not? Let's see what we can pull out. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's change this to lucky cards. And then we'll do 5, because remember, I want that jack to be the lowest card, because it's going to give me 10 times 2 multiplier. So I'm going to play these 4, and then this one to get it out of the hand. This one's not going to score, but this one is going to be important. If I left that there, I would just get 10. And here it's 20, so it's a lot better. Okay, so we beat it. Easy peasy. So the main thing this game is like, it's all random. The cards that show up here are random. The cards that are in here are random. This one will re-roll after you beat the boss. But it's you kind of have to use your logic and you have to think about, well, what am I trying to do? What am I going for? Is this going to be good enough to beat the blinds? Okay. So I know that 4,000 is going to be this one. So, and then I can only play one hand type this round. So I might not want to play, like a straight or something. I might want to try just 2 pairs, something that's easier for me to get. The easiest one to get would be high card, of course. So that's something you can think about. Okay, hang on. I've got to go talk to my kid.